Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Road Atlanta, the track where dreams are made, broken, and then get flipped right into the gravel track there out of turn 5. GT3s looking like they were carved by that man Zeus himself. These machines are not built for comfort, they're built for speed, power, and just enough grip to scare yo mama. Welcome in here to Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam. Got Chandler helping out here as well. Oh boy, before we take a look at our starting grid, I think we got something more important to take a look at here tonight, that being the overall points between these two classes. We're going to start out with the pro points. Lucas Haller is going to lead us there at number 1. Michael Zugmont, Alexander Kjaller, Sam Bentley, Samuel Cruz, Timothy Park, nice there up in the top 6 in the points. John Jennings, Peter McDade, Patrick Reich, Eduardo Vecino. Taking a look at those AM standings as well. How about Biscayne Loss? He has come out, shown the speed this season. I've been out on track with them, this AM class. It's been fun to go wheel to wheel. It's from pretty clean racing, which right now I am back up in the production trailer as well as up in the booth. Brady Waltman, Dan Fendi. How about these drivers running top 3 in the points? Kevin Schmidtke, Travis Farmer, Shane Wells, Lucan Breedlove, Sean Stam, who is that, running their P8? Cameron Foss, Gareth Earl, rounding out that top 10 in the points. Thing 2 on-track coverage. Let's take a look at the race information here tonight. It is it's a 2.5 mile track. That temperature 70 degrees. Couldn't be much better for racing here out of Georgia. 1% humidity point. Not often that you get that in the south region of the United States. Speaking of southerly regions of the United States, if you were ever out here Texas, Cotton Bowl Speedway, if you're looking for some of the best dirt track racing that you can come to see, well, be sure to check those guys out just out of Bastrop, just out of Austin, Texas. Taking a look at our starting grid here today, Alexander Kjaller will put it on the pole. Eduardo Vecino, Adam Moan, Andy White. Also have Lucas Haller there rounding out the pro drivers with Michael Zugmont. Biscayne Loss starting the AM category, as well as got Samuel Cruz, Lucan Breedlove, Tim Reed, Tyler Reed, Timothy Park rounding out that top 13 out of our, 23 driver field here tonight. I think this is a longer pace lap, so I'll try to walk you through the lap here. You got turns 1 and 2. We're starting to approach here, and this elevation change, iRacing, it'll simulate just about everything you have to offer right now as we head up the hill into turns 1 and 2. You got to be careful with these rumble strips. Thankfully, the rain was able to stay away here today. I know it was in the forecast, but the track looking at some really nice racing conditions. Right before we take a look at those conditions, taking a look at the YouTube chat, Zero the Racer, Captain Juke Man, saying it's Steve. Justin, welcome in, man. Hopefully you will enjoy some some road course racing here tonight in the International Pro-Am Racer Series. Justin can't wait for the broadcast here tonight for the ARCA BNR Series coming at you live from Iowa Speedway. Alexander once again going to slap it on that pole, that paint scheme put together by the man himself, Evaz Designs. Eduardo Vecino is going to start right there behind his own paint schemes, and it's it's kind of cool to put a scheme to that name of Fendi Racing. Lots of these drivers, they advocate for this the cleaner racing that we are going to get. You don't even get this clean racing as some of the official race series. Gonna have to keep an eye on our AM battles as well. Those graphics will be coming up here shortly, but we do have Tyler Reed who's going to start right there beside our 2 front AM runners, Biscayne Loss. Biscayne told me, hey, look out for that driver of the 15 BMW out of, I believe that's North Racing Team. Got SSN there on the back bumper. That's, believe me guys, worth an extra 5-10 horsepower. Be sure to keep your eye on Mr. Loss here. Starting P7 overall, going to lead the AM drivers. Got Shane Wells right there with them. Alrighty, Alexander, the field is in your hands. Going to have Eduardo Vecino right there beside him. Alexander is actually going to dive straight into the pits. What is going on there with our pole sitter? I couldn't tell you. We are actually green flag racing. Here we go. Adam Owen, Eduardo Vicino, Lucas Haller is starting to look 2-3 wide. We have an orange flag zone here up into at least till turns 2. You can still pass, but if you do, you want to make sure it is done cleanly. Here comes Adam Owen starting to lead, but we're looking side by side for P4 and 5 right now. This is Biscayne Loss, Andy White. Michael Zugmont's also right there with them. Pro driver starting to duke it out. Here comes Shane Wells. Biscayne Loss already up to P4 overall. What a start there out of Biscayne Loss. We'll hop on board with him now. How about it? Working P4. Already passing 1, 2, 3 pro drivers on that race start. Nicholas Meyer in a little bit of, oh, look at that paint scheme. Travis Farmer showing us how it's done. Hopping on board with Nicholas here. We're going to start to see these brakes work their temperatures up into our hard braking turns 11, 12 back up the hill here. Going to make sure you want to get out of the gas and hard on the brakes here just a little bit earlier than you would think. Again, operating temp pressures still coming up to temperatures here. Back on board with the battle for the race lead. Adam Moen starting to stretch his legs here just a little bit. Eduardo Vicino is starting to get a rear bumper full of Lucas Haller. Both of these drivers with some tremendous pace down there in practice as well as in qualifying. Eduardo right where he started this race. Lucas Haller's right there with him for P3. Here comes Samuel Cruz as well as Shane Wells back here 7th and 8th. Samuel up P2. Excuse me, up 2 spots as the drop up. Oh, we got wrecks all around here, boys. That was a big one. Quite a few different drivers involved. That's Shane Wells. Oh, Shane with some tremendous pace there. The yellow and black machine. That's also going to be Tyler Reed off the track. What just happened there, boys? We're going to cut to the SSN drone cam, figure this one out. Oh man, we also have Lucas out showing at least 1 lap down right here. Ooh, this is rumble strips gone wrong here. Oh man, Shane Wells just getting an unfortunate tap. Real quick, now that we've seen that replay, oh, Shane able to get it back and headed the right way, but unfortunately no quick repairs here tonight. Once again, that Lucas Haller, our race leader, was up here in the front of the pack, and I'm now shown Lucas. As he's blinking out there, where did... Okay, anyway, no, Lucas, okay, that was weird. I was showing Lucas there back, dropped at least to E20 and beyond. That was actually the other caller there. Apologies. Alexander, unfortunately involved earlier in the race, but the battle for P2 starting to heat up once again. Contact. There's Lucas Haller. It's almost like I got a crystal ball here in the Stan Studio Network broadcast booth. Oh man, that's Lucas Haller, this driver. That's the one I was just talking about there. Oh, pro going to drop from P3 down to 16th, 17th. He's still dropping. Cameron Foss going to make his way around. Here comes Shane Wells. Oh, unfortunate for the number 9. We were on board with him to take that outside look at it and see just possibly a little bit early checkup here for that number 27 of Eduardo, or was it just too deep into the braking zone of Lucas? Call it what you will here. Oh, heavy contact. Adam Moen, holy cow, driver number 81, he might even win paint scheme of the race here in pro category. Looking like he has the pace here from Road Atlanta as he heads down through turn 3 and 4 back up the hill once again. Oh, our next closest battle on track. How about Gareth Earl, another NRT racing paint scheme. There's AM battle for, I believe, what's the 5th in fact. Shane Lawrence works his way up to P3. Oh, Gareth Earl running a little wide off that racing surface. Gonna still hold off Jeremy, the driver number 28 there behind in the Acura NSX GT3. But Gareth, you better run, you better hide, because Jeremy is coming with a head of steam. got it. Mr. Fendick himself able to get out on the racetrack here today. No, dealing with some issues there behind the scenes there, but man, I'm liking where you're running, where you're running here tonight in the 327, up 4 spots for yourself in the race. Right now holding off Brady Waltman there for P15, which is, I believe, 8th in the AM category. That's some Biscayne fans there out in the chat. That's AJ Outlaw saying, let's go NRG, rooting for you. As well as that Zero the racer there, it made me think of the Indy road course for NASCAR. Zero, if you are referring to what I think you are there with the curbs absolutely blowing up, that is actually pretty reminiscent of it there. Nicholas Meyer also having himself a nice run here tonight as he starts to reel in our Stam Studio Network driver of Travis Farmer. Got that really nice paint scheme there on his Porsche number 09 is Travis Farmer's. We're going to hop on the back bumper of now. That's our highest running Corvette is Nicholas Meyer. Our next running Corvette on track would be Samuel Cruz, and that number 25. Unfortunately, Samuel minus 3 spots on the race start. So here we go into the hard braking, going back up the hill, a little chicane, if you will. Not able to close that gap in turns 11 and 12. Real quick, I'm going to treat you guys to some of the sights and sounds here before we get too deep into the race. Remember, we're limited on fuel here tonight, so going to have a pit stop at least sometime this race. Travis Farmer is going to go hard into the not even tire barrier. I'll call that the producer curse here for the 09. As that's it's one of the worst spots on track. He's going to look like Austin Powers right now trying to reverse this puppy, get it back into drive, reverse, and drive again. Oh, damn it. That sucks for Mr. Farmer. Let's hop on board with him, see what happens. That is already Austin Powers mode. Here we go. Here, I apologize for that. Yeah, just get the left side tires off into what is the ice. That is considered the grass here in iRacing, and unfortunately, yeah, Travis is a smart man. He is not wanting to reverse it right on the racing line, but I will give it to you. Hey, that paint scheme of the race right there for Mr. Farmer. Alrighty, back to what was about to treat you guys there. Remember, we do have the limited. That's the Indy 500 pace car running out here tonight. Treat you guys to the sights and sounds. Crank this puppy up. Enjoy a little bit of engine sounds. Sounds of the track as well. I'll be right with you up here in the booth. Alrighty, welcome back here to Sam Studio Network. You can crank this puppy back down. Man, Nicholas Meyer, Gareth Arrow have been going at it for about a lap or two. Here we go, some side by side down our back stretch here, Road Atlanta. No bump drafting here between these two drivers. This is our battle for fifth in Pro-Am class. I'll really call it fourth, as Nicholas Meyer is just in front of this battle. Here we go. Jeremy gets there, I believe that is Gareth Earl, trying to get down the inside, a little bit of a dive bomb, but hard on the brakes. Doesn't send it there too far, as these drivers now have Daniel Cruz with a little bit of front damage right behind him. I was just about to say, Daniel Cruz has now the green light to come into the pit road, as he has the fuel strategy working in his favor now, can work and get to the end of the race. 78% of fuel, so according to my calculations, as well as looks like Daniel Cruz now, he can definitely get that faster pair, get some more aerodynamic. Yep, there you go. He's gonna fix that front bumper up right away. Back to our battle for P4 overall. This is third in AM. This is Andy White going up here against Mr. Tim Reed. Tim Reed up 6 spots since that drop in the green flag. I'm liking what I'm seeing here out of Tim. Newer driver here, I do believe, in the International Racing Pro-Am Series. We're brought to you by Stan Studio Network. Tim, if this is your first race with us, it's the inaugural race here in the IRPAS Series. Next week will be our championship run. But Tim, join us for next season. It's going to be a blast with this next race that you're bringing here in your BMW GT3. Uh-oh, Tyler Reed going off the track. Showing a lap down at the moment for the driver number 47 Porsche. We were late on it there, red, white, and blue. We're going to see that replay of Mr. Reed. Oh, carries a little bit too much speed, and that rear end is going to go right around. Ooh, not too hard into that. Once again, not tire barrier there, but Tyler's going to do a nice job of getting it right off that racing surface. That Porsche's nose is definitely dented in just a little bit. Back out to the battle for the race lead here, guys. It's starting to heat up between Eduardo Vecino and Adam Moen. Adam has closed that gap, what was 1.5, 2 seconds, I believe, earlier in the race. So we take a look at the lap time history. It is cat and mouse between Eduardo and Adam. Back and forth, especially if we compare the sector differential between the two. That's a little bit deeper dive there. Yep, you can start to see Adam continue to close that gap in that baby blue carbon fiber and pink. GT3. Hopping on board with Adam here, I wonder if he is taking care of his tires just a little bit more. With our pit stop, it's not enough time to take that tire set. So it's just whether it's the fuel saving for Adam and he finally got the green light, or whether it's now track conditions are in his favor. Once again, let's take a look at those weather conditions there on the right side of your screen. Track temp right now showing 71 degrees Fahrenheit, track temp 68 degrees ambient temperature. Man, you couldn't get much better racing conditions than this here in the IRPAS Racing Series. It's kind of bittersweet. I do believe just one more race to go for the LMP2 as well as GT3 Pro-Am Racing Series. But then if it is that just one more to go, I appreciate you having me out for bringing you some live coverage, as well as the other producers and commentators that have made this happen throughout this season. Couldn't happen without you guys. Also shutting out YouTube land as well. Still got Zero the Racer, Diane Bowes here in YouTube land. How about Lois as well? Bring it home in RT. Quite a few Biscayne Laws fans out here tonight. He's having a run of a lifetime right now, leading the GT3 AM class. Rear camera full there of Timothy Park, though. Timothy, might be another newer racer here with us tonight. Timothy, welcome, if it is, to the IRPAS Racing Series. And we also have some pace there in that pro category, driver of the 108. Starting to reel in loss here, but showing it the pace he has. That North Racing Team, number 15, BMW. Like what I'm seeing there, just can keep it up. And he let me know, he said, you come with some pace here tonight, that you are the next car back for the MP2. Right now, looking like Lucan Bruca, Ferrari GT3. Really nice paint scheme there. That's getting no wrong with red on a Ferrari Operation Motorsports there, driver. For Lucan Bruca. Nicholas Meyer caught on his tail for that final driver interview spot and class. Billy Dukas is starting to close that battle just a little bit, but he's starting to play some defense over Sam Bentley, a pro driver. That's Ham, number 37 for Mr. Bentley, right back where he started this race. Off on board with Sam here, get a nice nose camera shot. I don't know how this camera is still alive with the gravel that is accumulated out the back end of these machines, but see Sam start to reel in Jeremy here just a little bit more as our battle for the lead is still starting to heat up. Here's Eduardo Vecino still holding off Adam Moen. Adam is getting a nice front view that Eve has designed. Fendi Racing, number 27. Look down and around what will be the inside corner of turns 11 and 12. Does Adam have what it takes to be able to make this stick? Looking like he does. No contact. Door quarter just about clear for Adam. Driver number 81, Lamborghini, finds his way to the race lead. For how long here, though, guys? Eduardo Vecino has shown his pace. Eduardo started P2 here tonight. Oh, it's Adam. Actually, that was a huge blink out. Caught our cameraman sleeping there. Eduardo's going to be right there up with him. And Tim Reed. Tim moves up 8 spots since that drop of the start of the race. Green flag. That driver, the 115, BMW, up to 3rd place. Alrighty, remember, we're going to have some pit stops here start to ensue. I wonder if Eduardo Vecino, you're definitely going to save a little bit of fuel. You can roll out of the gas a little bit earlier on, carry a little bit less speed, but you'll get it right back in this long slipstream here that we do have at Road Atlanta. Real quick, before these pit stops do start to take place, I'm going to treat you guys to another Crank It Up here on Sam Studio Network. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth. Okay, well, maybe not. Here's another side-by-side for the race lead. Once again, no contact. You can't get much better than this here in the IRPAS Racing Series. Here brought to you by Sam Studio Network as well as Cotton Bowl Speedway. If you're liking what you see, man, get with these guys. I'll have to link that Discord channel in that live YouTube chat. That's what I was just mentioning there. You have that the draft, the slipstream to work with here. The GT3 cars, so a pretty large hole in the air, and now that Eduardo Vecino is starting to, looks like want to run away with a little bit as we head down and up the roller coaster section here. Well, Eduardo's going to sacrifice the corner entry, sacrifice that corner exit, as well as Adam Moen right on that rear diffuser of Eduardo Vecino back to the race lead, but for once again, how long? Excellent camera work here tonight by our crew on SSN. Chandler here with us. Chandler, appreciate your work week in and week out. Appreciate you having us as it makes these broadcasts just a little bit more lifelike on those RoboCams. Fun to put some work here behind the scenes. Speaking of put some work in, man, how about the clean loss in R2 and leading driver? It's going to be hard for Luke and Brita to close this gap unless the gaps start to ensue in what will be our pit stop strategy. Still needing to come down into this our top 3 running drivers in class right now. All right, back to the race lead. It has once again been cat and mouse, and oh, barely. Okay, I got you there. Appreciate you nonstop coming in. That's what I mean there. Anytime that I need to make some adjustments, please don't hesitate to let me know. Well, once here in a real quick, we'll crank it up. I'm gonna try to fix that audio there behind the scenes. Be right back with you here on SSN. Alrighty, hopefully coming in just a little bit more clear now. Oh, we got contact for the race lead. Eduardo Vecino is going to go around, takes Adam Moen with him. Adam able to keep his car just a little more straight for the moment. Here comes Tim Reed. Tim around Eduardo. Eduardo spinning out of the race lead. Alrighty, I may have had the wrong microphone selected there, but I've toned down the game audio here for us just a wee bit. I severely apologize there, guys, there in YouTube land. Don't hesitate to let me know anytime that is the case, as I know I got quite a few reoccurring race fans. Real quick, we're going to take a look at, right as I was getting that audio situation figured all out. That was Adam Moen and Eduardo Vecino, or Adam Moen, excuse me, and Eduardo with contact for that race lead. Adam still up in the race lead. I believe this is our replay of it here. This is up and through turns 1 and 2. Oh, just an overcorrection gone wrong for Eduardo Vecino. Pretty heavy contact there for Adam Moen as well, as here comes Tim Reed. Tim in the live camera shots back out and gonna take over the race lead. Alrighty, well, now we got another battle on our hands here. Travis Farmer, unfortunate spin earlier on in the race for the driver of the 09, but he's starting to do battle with our league owner here, Mr. Fendick himself. Here comes some pit stops here starting to ensue. Lucan Breedlove, pro driver, is going to bring in Sam Bentley. Also Adam, this was really nice times for that incident, as he's going to have to take his fuel stop. It'll be a quick repair. Don't count out Mr. Adam Moen from this race lead. Right now our top 3 runners in pro: Tim Reed, Tim, Andy White, as well as Eduardo Vecino with a little bit of damage as in his 27 Porsche GT3. Got Biscayne Lost leading in AM. Timothy Park going to be P4, P5 overall. Nicholas Meyer, Jeremy Jukic, Shane Wells, Matthew Sherwood, Adam Moen, our top 10 overall. Another nice battle starting to ensue right here between Travis Farmer. Samuel Cruz is right there knocking on their back bumper, as Dan Fendick and Travis are still trying to decide who wants that overall P11 spot. Just over halfway to go in the race. Hopefully audio levels are all back okay there. Lock in NRT. It's not a sprint. Work that race strat. Josh, let me know if everything is back okay there as well. Alrighty, well, Tim Reed, how much fuel does he have? Still needing to make that pit stop. As speaking of pit stops, Matthew Sherwood and Travis Farmer making their way into the pits here. All right, apologies. I'm still trying to make sure the sound levels are okay here. Oh, 13 of you still watching, so somehow putting up with it. We got audio sounds good. Thanks for the fix. Oh, it's, if you could even call it a fix, it's definitely not the levels that, excuse me, not the quality that I am used to here on Stam Studio Network. But we'll fix it after this race and bring you the ARCA BNR series all back up to where I expect things. Nicholas Meyer, Jeremy Jukic, as well as Timothy Park, all making their way into pit lane as still our top three, still needing to make their fuel pit stop. As well as Dan Fendick, this driver also needing to make his pit stop as well. Oh, here he comes now. That was perfect timing for the 327. Oh, sand in the eyeballs there. Oh, really able to get it slowed and woed down into pit entry. Sounds good for me. Oh, Josh, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys, again, letting me know and allowing me to fix things and allowing me to keep you bringing you live coverage here. It's kind of thrown me for a loop here, as now this strategy might throw it Tim for a loop here. Is Andy White's going to cycle out to the race lead. Andy still needing to make his pit stop, as well as Shane Wells. If you don't remember earlier on the race, Shane Wells was a little bit of an incident, having to take, I believe, what was a quick repair. Oh, he didn't even take that quick repair, so just a little bit of damage for the 99. He's able to keep it moving and grooving. Here comes some nice side-by-side up and down, looking at the back bumper of Lucan Breedlove Am on Pro battle right here. Door quarter clear. That is the pace differential respectfully between both Pro and Am Series drivers. Battle for the race lead is really going to be where Adam Moen cycles himself out to. I know he had to make one extra lap there on a little bit of damaged Lamborghini 81, but I still believe he does have enough time in the race to work his way back up to what would be the overall race lead. Now that Tim Reed has also made his pit stop, here you see these drivers are starting to run nose to tail. Yeah, this is definitely going to cycle out for that race lead. Adam Moen, he's starting to close that gap ever so slightly. Worked it from about 1.5 seconds to working 0.6 of a second. Tim starting to run and hide. Will we possibly see some defense played between these two drivers? We're going to see some defense, but how clean will these drivers keep it? Andy White, Shane Wells, both making their way into the pits. This will cycle the lead out to what will be Tim Reed, Adam Moen, Eduardo Ficino, 5.5 seconds back from that battle for the race lead. Here's Eduardo Ficino fighting Biscayne loss. He took the spot, but with a Pro versus Am battle, you definitely want to leave a little bit more room on track. That's looking what these drivers just about did. Biscayne loss with enough pace here tonight to be put in that Pro category, I do believe. And oh man, Shane Wells is going at it here between Sam Bentley. Lucan Breedlove loses that spot, but not that slipstream. He'll be 0.4 of a second back. Apologies once again for the old audio issues there. I'm too scared to fix it here. If I unplug something and replug something, I'm scared whether iRacing or OBS, whatever it may be, will go for a loop. But we'll keep things moving and grooving. This is getting tight here with only 10 minutes left to go in the race. According to my calculations, about 6 laps that will be. If these drivers have enough fuel to make it, let me know who you have down there in YouTube land below. Is Adam Moen just abiding his time, waiting for Tim Reed to make that mistake? Or is Tim Reed starting to, I don't know, is he going to have to play some defense to hold Adam Moen back? Also have Andy White, another Pro driver, starting to get a little closer to this battle, now shown 2 seconds. He's closed that gap. Down the S's. Oh, this is starting to get good here. Josh, Where you at, man? Let me know you got, yeah, if I'm saying AJA, please let me know. And pronounce that one non-stop. Hopefully, audio levels back to where they should be there. Luis, bring it home in RT. That is what Biscayne Loss is doing right now in the AM category, as he is running away from Nicholas Meyer, next AM car back. How about it, Shane Wells? He was battling hard there with Mr. Bentley himself, but right now pro driver Sam able to make that pass. He's able to get one spot back from where he started this race. Right now our biggest movers, yes, that's movers plural, got Nicholas Meyer here in the AM category, that Indy 500 Corvette pace car. Working at P8 overall. That's 9 spots gained since that drop of the green. Oh man, I was selling it here, guys. I thought Adam had enough fuel to make it. Oh, unfortunate run for Adam, because he is now dropping 6th, 7th, going to drop probably P8 in both overall. Yep, now it is tied with that Adam running out of fuel. Got Tim Reed, Nicholas Meyer both tied at plus 10 spots since that drop of the green. Tim Reed all day. And hey, you might have to put your college tuition there on him. Might have to put the mortgage on Tim Reed, because now he doesn't even have Mr. Moen to deal with. He does have a hard-charging Andy White, but with only 8 minutes left to go in the race, does Andy White, this Audi GT3. Not often you see an Audi GT3 out here in the IRPAS Racing Series. That's HB Racing. He's starting to close that gap ever so slightly. We got Michael W here in chat. Man the Tim. I man the Tim, but possibly Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't know where I'm going with that. Every day of the week we're going to possibly see Tim Reed with another win here in the iRacing universe. Tim Reed, he is writing the sim racing history books right now. Andy White, oh, starting to close that gap ever so slightly though. What was 2 seconds, now 1.9. Does this driver have what it takes? Here's a nice battle between Shane Wells, Sam Bentley, Adam Moen. Shane is in a pro sandwich right now, as he is a AM driver working at that final driver interview spots in that AM category, not wanting to throw anything away. There is always hard into the wall. Sean and Tater Curse going to strike here from Mr. Wells, who's tall but not thin, coming in for that win. There is Tim Reed. Tim, thank you, Michael. That was a great read off there. Is he though? That gap is continuing to shrink here. If we take a look at the sector differential, ooh, it's Mr. Andy White. They're faster in Sector 2. The man himself, Tim, faster in Sector 1. Excuse me, I had that the wrong way there. That was Tim faster Sector 2, Andy faster 1 and 3. Alrighty, battles are starting to heat up all throughout the racetrack. Here is Adam Moen after that pit stop earlier on. We know that this driver has the pace, but now he's got to work his way and through traffic. You got to do it cleanly too, as we start to inch ever so closer to that white flag. Just probably 3-4 laps to go from this point on. We've got Nicholas Meyer also in a battle that is heating up right now. Nicholas, you're trying to keep it clean with where you are running in those AM category points, excuse me. Yeah, you can call them porks there, with Sam Bentley starting to run away with the GT3 hand machine. Oh, it runs a little wide there off corner exit. Timothy Park looking good in his Porsche 108 Pro, running driver, 5th in class. More battles here. That's some more side-by-side. Boy, just get up, stand up for your life right now. We're starting to look too wide down that back straightaway. Nicholas Meyer, Lucas Haller, Adam Moen. Throw a blanket over these drivers. Fortunately, I think that was Cameron Foss, that Mercedes number 7 gets out of the way as he is now showing a lap down. Oh, there's a little, nope, not even contact. We're going to keep things door quarter clear. That's Lucas Haller going to take P9 right back from Adam Moen. Back up to our battle for the race lead. Here's Tim Reed, Andy White, Eduardo Vecino, Biscayne Loss leading in AM. But our battle for that overall race lead in the pro category, well, we've seen it heat up, and right now it's boiling with now 4 minutes to go left in the race. That is just about 2-3 laps to go. All going to depend when these drivers make their way and across that white flag. Looking like a great race. Terry, appreciate you joining in here on STAM Studio Network. You can't get much better than this. Well, you can on the audio. Once again, that's on me, but I'll get that all figured out for Bump and Run. Arca coming up saying, no, we got Dan Fendi in the race. Go, Dan, go. Got our #1 Dan supporter there. Terry, appreciate you coming out, joining us here on SSN. We're starting to get to the nitty-gritty. Dan Fendi keeping it out on track. So is Travis Farmer able to get that fast repair earlier on in the race. Right now we're not missing anything up out front. That battle for the race lead still 0.8. Travis Farmer holding off Shane Wells. Comes Nicholas Meyer. Lucas Haller. This has got to be 2 laps to go at this point on. Barney not waving that white flag just yet, but I think he has got it out and ready to go. Tim Reed, the gap is, oh, it's back now down to just a ½ second for Andy White and Tim Reed. Here we go. Does Andy White have anything, or has he overcooked his, I believe these are Michelin Racing tires, these GT3s. Andy White, if you got anything for him, you're starting to get in that slipstream range. Here we go, Eduardo Vecino, 7 seconds back, so we are all clear. We're starting to come up on some lap traffic. Lucan Breedlove, that 247. Does that play any effect here within these last couple of laps to go? Biscayne Loss continuing to lead in that AM category. We're not missing anything there. This has got to be, is it? Oh, Barney, where are you at? Nope, no white flag. So this is coming to the white flag next time by. This is a nice battle between Biscayne. Oh, man. Biscayne, you better be careful here, buddy. You keep this pace up. Dan's going to slap you right there in that pro category. You are reeling in Eduardo Vecino's back bumper. Our top 3 pro drivers running 1, 2, 3. Loss leading that AM category. Second driver in AM shown Nicholas Meyer. Jeremy Jukic running in 10th, 11th overall, P2 and 3 in the AM category. Shane Wells has had the pace here tonight. He's still trying to work his way around that SSN Racing Travis Farmer, as these drivers still will be coming to 1 lap to go. Ooh, that's Shane trying to make the outside line where crossover move there. Contact between the 2 drivers. Gonna take out Travis Farmer there with him. Ah, Shane Wells is hard on the brakes. Oh, no. I don't think either of these drivers were meeting either of that. Cleanliness is what we strive for here in IRPAS. And yeah, there you see it. Shane gonna give that spot right back to Travis Farmer. You hate to see it, but right now, if you're Tim Reed, what you love to see is coming around, taking, it should be the white flag lap here if my math is all correct and right. Math not my major, though. I'm over here in the business category. So Andy White, he's on that white flag lap. How many times can I fit that into 2 sentences? Eduardo Vecino is starting to, nope, that gap is even. He's starting to run away from Biscayne Loss for that P3 overall spot. Here comes Samuel Cruz right back and up and through the pack. Samuel, that is a nice run. Oh, Sean and Taylor curse possibly there. Nope, going to keep it all under wraps. No real battle for P2 in the AM category. Nicholas Meyer got a 1.7 second gap over our last running AM driver for the driver interviews. Here goes Shane Wells around Travis Farmer. Travis giving that spot back as Travis has a little incident on track. Tim Reed, Tim. Let me see this here once again. Where is it, Michael? Who's tall but not thin, coming in for that win? Well, he's going to make it all official now. Checkered flag is out from Road Atlanta. Congratulations, Tim Reed, Tim, winning our inaugural race here in the IRPAS GT3 Pro-Am Series. Andy White, congratulations on your P2 finish. Eduardo Vecino rounding out the driver interviews in that pro category. And Biscayne Loss, man, what pace, what speed here tonight from the driver. The 15 BMW going to take it home and win that AM category. Nicholas Meyer, P2 in AM, P10 in overall. Jeremy Jukic, congratulations. You're going to round out our driver interview spots here tonight. Be sure all of you, if you're listening here live on SSN, make your way down into that driver interview booth. Congratulations all of you racing here tonight with us. It has been a blast to watch and commentate on. I'll have the official race results here just in a few moments time as we have every driver make their way around. Timing and scoring needs to update. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth on Stam Studio Network. Alrighty, there are official results here tonight. Congratulations once again, every single driver coming out and competing with us. Going to be Tim Reed, Tim coming away with that race win. Andy White, Eduardo Vecino. Got oh, I'm showing actually, yeah, there we go. Biscayne lost. Okay, that scared me there. Biscayne lost coming away with that AM win, 4th overall. How about Samuel Cruz works his way back up to P5 in pro category as well as overall. Excuse me, P4 in pro cat. P5, Timothy Park. P6 in pro Sam Bentley. I'll just go overall from this point until our AMs. Lucas Haller, Adam Moen. Unfortunate that you didn't have enough fuel down there in the Lamborghini GT381. Nicholas Meyer, Jeremy Jukic, once again rounding out 2 and 3, those AM spots for our final driver interviews. Gareth Earl going to bring it home, P12, up 6 spots at that drop of the green. Matthew Sherwood, Shane Wells, Travis Farmer, Lucan Breedlove, Dan Fendick, Cameron Foss, Tyler Reed, Brady Waltman, Michael Zugmott, Alexander Keller, Jed Cotterman, rounding out our 23 driver field here tonight. Alrighty, stick with us here. Driver interviews coming up in just a few moments' time.
Thing and the
All right, I am down here in racetostopsuicide.com Victory Lane. How about it? Tim Reed, Tim. You got yourself a copy.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't
man.
know how I did that.
Yeah, you sound exhausted, man. Walk us through it. What was your race like here tonight and came away with that win? That looked pretty fun to watch.
I didn't qualify very well. Qualified P10, I think. So I kind of my thought process was just save tires, save fuel, sit and chill. And then there was a few mistakes from people in front, so I managed to pick up a few spots. And then when I got to around P6, I put the hammer down and I got in the flow. And I was just nailing everything. I don't know, just in that flow state, you know?
Yeah, I know how that goes, especially a track here like Road Atlanta. You kind of get in the groove of things. Looked like the longer pit stop strategy is going to work because you both and Andy White both pitting on lap 31. Looks like that was the way to go.
Yeah, I think so. I think it just gives us a bit of clear air with no one to really worry about. So yeah, it paid off.
Well, congratulations, Tim Reed. Is there anybody who you'd like to thank here tonight?
Dan and Jean for the invite to this league. Been nice, and the race has been really good. So, yeah, and yourselves for broadcasting.
No, thank you so much, Tim, and hopefully continue to see you race here with us. It was a blast to watch.
Yeah, cheers.
Alrighty, P2 in pro category. Andy White, you got yourself a copy.
Yeah, it was a good race, buddy. Hard to keep on the pace at the start. We got the tyres a bit warm.
Yeah, those track conditions were a little cool. Did it take a few laps for kind of tires to come up to kind of operating pressures or temps, or were you more focused on not trying to overcook them early?
Well, I overcooked them early, just trying to keep with the pack. So then, when Tim caught up to me, I just moved aside, come through Tim, and then I just tried to cool down and extend as long as I could. And fortunately, some of the guys in front went off, had some coming together, I'm not sure, but we managed to pick up the places and just get it over the line.
Well, congratulations on your podium finish here tonight, Andy. Is there anybody who you would like to thank or kind of makes this all possible for you?
Pretty much the same as Tim, really. Dan and Jean for the invite to the league, and thanks to everybody who raced and raced clean. Well done, everybody. Great race, and yourselves for broadcasting it.
No, I appreciate that, Andy. Andy, you have a great rest of your night. That was a lot of fun to watch you here tonight.
Cheers, buddy, and you.
Alrighty, Eduardo Vecino is going to round out our pro driver class interview. Eduardo, you got yourself a copy there out of Evaz Designs.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know. I'm kind of sad with what happened in turn 1 with Adam. I mean, we were having a very nice race, some good wheel-to-wheel action, and it's a shame it was kind of all tossed out of the window because of a stupid mistake. So, other than that, it was very fun as usual. Great racing out there with everybody, and yeah, so it was very fun.
Eduardo, what was it like behind the wheel and behind the wheel of the number 27 here tonight? The track conditions, they look pretty phenomenal, at least from the number standpoint.
Yeah, no, I mean the track was very quick, especially in qualifying. I felt like the track conditions were really nice. The 911 in general around this track felt very, very nice to drive. So, I mean, from like a pure driving standpoint, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
Well, Eduardo, congratulations on your podium finish here tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank before we move on to our AM category winner?
Well, I'll go with the usual. You, Dan, for making all of this possible. And I'll also give a shout out to Shane Wells for some really good practice for this track. I'll be honest, had a lot of fun with him too. So shout out to him.
Oh, I know how that goes. Wheel to wheel with Shane, you can't get much better than that in the practice. And man, Shane had some good pace here tonight as well.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thank you, Eduardo, and congrats once again. So we're going to move down to Biscayne Loss here. Biscayne, got yourself a copy.
Dude, how are you, man?
Man, I am great. You warned me about this. We saw it. Congrats on the AM win. Walk us through it, man.
Honestly, before we start, I just want to give a big thank you and a shout out to Lucas Holler. He gave me a lot of very good advice. Not only about this race and about this league, but about racing altogether. I took that to heart. I've really been focusing on putting in a lot of time, and it's paid off.
Yeah, we can see it from up here in the old up here in the booth, man. You beat what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I'm still counting, but more than 5 pro drivers here tonight. I mentioned it there in the broadcast. You might have to be careful. You're gonna stick your butt up there in the pro category.
Well, not yet. I need to win the AM championship, and once I win the championship, then we can discuss that.
Oh, there you go. Well, Kane, is there anybody who you'd like to thank or shout out who makes not only tonight, but kind of every night, this whole season possible?
Well, first, you know, we got to go with the originals, Dan, Sean for putting this together. I want to give a big shout out to everybody in North Racing Team, Gareth, Louie, Fabian, Lucas, Aiden, all the guys. Like, we have a good time running together. And I think most importantly, my wife, because she allows me to do this and she supports it. So, got to give a big shout out to her, and my mom, because I love mom.
Now, you got the priorities straight there. Congrats once again on your AM win here tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty, if we have second or third in AM, we'll try and bring him to you real quick here. Nicholas Meyer, you got yourself a copy.
Yeah, I'm here.
Alrighty, Nicholas, that was a nice run here tonight. You had some really nice pace, up 7 spots since that drop of the green. I was liking that that paint scheme you got there. I think that's the Indy 500 pace car. How was the pace here tonight in that pace car?
Yeah, the Indy 500 Corvette, she was moving today. I was able to make a lot of... I had cars around me, it felt like the entire time, but you know, the car was on rails, so thank you iRacing for a good fix setup.
Yeah, that's the battles up and around the track were a blast to watch there, Nicholas. Is there anybody who you'd like to thank or shout out who kind of makes this, not even tonight, but the whole season possible?
Yeah, just shout out to you and Dan for putting together such a good product. It's been a while since I've been racing IRPAS. I think last time was Watkins Glen, so good to be back after some time away.
Appreciate you, Nicholas, and best of luck here just 1 week from now. Jeremy Jukic, our final, and apologies if I'm just saying that last name wrong there. Jeremy, you got yourself a copy. Oh, okay. Well, I apologize once again. I am just now seeing everything that was wrong with my audio here tonight. Apologies for the lower quality audio levels there, but I'm going to get this all squared away because I got another broadcast coming right up. But I appreciate every single one of you joining here tonight, Stam Studio Network. Congratulations to the top 3, both in Pro-Am category, as well as every driver that made it out here tonight. Have a great rest of your night joining in here in YouTube land. I'll catch you in just a few moments, a couple hours for the Bump and Run ARCA series at Iowa Speedway. Thank you and have a great rest of your night.